Turn up the sound, feel the beat. With every laugh, it's a treat. Stories unfold, jokes that flow. Every minute, watch it glow. Damn good time, feel it rise. Damn good time, to the skies. Catch the rhythm in your ear. With every word, it's all clear. Conversation, no hesitation. Pure elation, celebration. Damn good time, feel it rise. Damn good time, to the skies. Conversation, no hesitation. Pure elation, celebration. Damn good time, feel it rise. Damn good time, to the skies. Damn good time, feel it rise. Damn good time, to the skies. Turn up the sound, feel the beat. With every laugh, it's a treat. Stories unfold, jokes that flow. Every minute, watch it glow. Damn good time, feel it rise. Damn good time, to the skies. Catch the rhythm in your ear. With every word, it's all clear. Conversation, no hesitation. Pure elation, celebration. Damn good time, feel it rise. Damn good time, to the skies.
Weird to watch your head move in the screen. And I'm like, that's not matching me at all.
That doesn't look like
It's not
me.
a mirror.
Yeah. Fucking AI music, man.
That's crazy. Like the lighters. Lights.
Damn good time.
To the sky, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm Steve Schaefer,
I'm Cody Adams.
and this is a Damn Good Time podcast.
Da, da, chilling with it
Yeah. To the sky, baby.
to the sky.
Catch the rhythm.
Catch the rhythm, baby.
Well, that wasn't even the end of it. That was just like a little
That was like, a little bridge.
little bridge.
Yeah.
It's a pretty low one. Pure relation.
Conversation, no
No
hesitation.
hesitation. Pure relation. Celebration.
Feel it rise.
To the skies.
But I feel like this is a church song.
Now it's a dance party.
With Jesus.
Now it's a fucking dance party.
It's really got that like that hip church vibe feel to it. you
Yeah.
know? Like, oh no, we're a hip church.
Well, you know what? Some say we're close to Jesus.
We're the next prophets. Oh man.
Follow us. We won't steer you wrong. Yeah, let's fade that out. I'm done with that.
Faded. Good job. Not doing my job. I'm all confused.
That's all right. No worries.
For you watching on YouTube, you realize we are not in the same room we were in before.
Yeah. If you're watching this, we got a new scene.
Yeah, hopefully audio is not affected by this at all.
I have a feeling there might be a little bit more of an echo.
Yeah, we can fix that.
Yeah, we're gonna put up soundproofing in this room a little bit more. But my kids, so that was last weekend. That's how I spent my Sunday instead of watching football and doing the things I normally do. My kids decided that they've got this big bathroom over on that side of the house.
Right.
They got big mirror, two dual sinks.
Dual sinks. I mean, I would kill for that in my house.
Yeah. And they decided they were tired of sharing a bathroom together.
Like they shower that much.
Well, there's been a couple of nights, especially with Henry and football and stuff,
Yeah.
that we'd come home. It's like, it's late. Get your shower, go to bed. And then, of course, like they don't take, like if I'm in a hurry, I can take like a 5-minute shower and I'm washed and good, ready to go.
Right.
Like any normal fucking person, I'd rather sit there and soak for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
But when there's a sense of urgency, it's like just take a fucking shower, clean yourself, brush your teeth, get the fuck out of there so your brother can
Right.
use it. No.
5-10 minutes.
That's not how that happens.
30 minutes later.
Yeah. Did you take your shower yet? No, Henry's still in there. Henry, what the fuck are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then, so,
It's been like, well, go downstairs, bro.
right. Yeah, but my clothes aren't down there. So we put Henry in the old podcast room. It's got a bathroom that's his, but we kind of had a debate of which kid is the cleanest.
Okay.
And we were like, I think the youngest might be the cleanest and the oldest might be the dirtiest. So we'd rather have the youngest down there because, like, when you're down, because the bar's down there, the podcast room, which is now a kid's room, and then that bathroom. So if, like, we have people over and shit, we want to make sure that the kid that has that bathroom is keeping it fucking clean.
Right.
Because I don't want to be like, hey, guys, yeah, come over, have a drink. And then I walk in there, just like, shit stained undies, like, towels on the floor, and, like...
And he's coming of age, so
yeah.
you never know what you might find.
Really stiff socks.
But I mean, as the young teenager he is, right?
Yeah.
I would want that basement. Like that was always the thing. I mean, I feel like all the oldest kid always was like the basement room or
Yeah.
the room furthest away from the parents or whatever it might be. Single room, anyways, and it's a nice big room too. So.
And that's exactly he's the one that got the old podcast room, and it also has a straight access to the outside.
Right. Skate door.
Yeah.
Go party.
So not like he couldn't easily sneak out of any other main door while I'm
Right.
sleeping upstairs and not hear him, but now he can literally just walk out of his fucking room. So I'm weary about that. So I'm probably going to set up a camera on the outside looking at the door to see if, get alerts if somebody's going out and shit or somebody's coming in.
Well, yeah, just good to have anyway.
I probably should have that anyhow.
Right.
But so we're putting a lot of trust in him with that and a lot of trust in him keeping that bathroom clean. This is the youngest room. He moved over to the oldest's old room, and now we moved everything up here, and this is the new podcast room.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just touch back to him. I mean, we snuck out. I
for
snuck
sure.
out all the time.
For sure.
Well, no, I wouldn't say all the time. My brother snuck out a lot more than me. I didn't really have to sneak out because I was like, I'm going to stay with my buddies. Okay. And then,
Right.
it was kind of, my buddies is where we went way back in this field and partied. So,
Yeah, but I feel like where you lived, it wasn't like, there wasn't like a lot to do to sneak out to.
yeah, most of the time it's like, hey, we're going fishing down by the river because we live by the river.
Right.
And we just went out all night anyways.
Yeah.
Started a fire beside the river and actually we're fishing.
Yeah, you were just allowed to do that.
That's what we did. We're camping out fishing, but we were up till 2, 3, 4 a.m. fishing,
Yeah.
smelling like fire smoke rolling back in.
But
so.
I know when I was a young teenager and we lived on Kennett Square there, like I think it was like kind of technically Wilkshire Hills area,
Yeah.
but it wasn't in the hills. It was at the bottom because we weren't, we weren't that fortunate to live in the hills. But we would sneak out and go up into the hills
Right.
and fuck with people or like knock over mailboxes and do dumb shit. But we would sneak out all the time, and if we weren't smart about it, we got caught. Very rarely, happened a couple times.
Sure.
But I do want to give my kids that freedom.
Try it.
Ish. You know what I mean?
Try it, but I'm going to bust you.
Like there are lessons to be learned about sneaking around and not getting caught.
But I feel like every generation is also like when they have their kids, they're like, well, yeah, but it was a lot different back in my time.
Right.
You know, it's like
We could
There
leave the
wasn't-
doors unlocked back then.
there
You can leave them
wasn't
unlocked fuck right now.
there wasn't so many creepers out there and weirdos.
Those
and
motherfuckers probably prayed even harder back then.
yeah, we just didn't know about it
Because the news didn't report on it. Well, back then it was probably legal for an adult male to have sex with a 13-year-old. You know what I mean? Like,
It's a long, long, long time ago. Yeah.
yeah, like back then it was just like cool for 20-somethings to hook up with 16-year-olds. They fucking Matthew McConaughey talked about it in a goddamn popular teen movie back in the 70s. I don't know when it was made, but
No, it was like 80s, I think.
what's the name of that fucking movie? I can't think of it.
All right.
Right? Dazed and Confused.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
My brain just went to Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but that wasn't.
So that was like the thing to do back then, you know? Like where now it's like, hey, there's a guy that had sex with a 16-year-old. He lives in your neighborhood. Lock your fucking doors. It's like
we do not condone all that. I don't know why.
yeah, no. I'm not saying I support any of this. All I'm saying is it was happening back then. It just wasn't as faux pas,
Well, no, I mean,
I guess. So like
things
nobody really.
are creepier and abductions and things like that happen.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I don't see anybody abducting either of your boys. So
Yeah. Which then the way the news talks to you and everything, the way the situation is nowadays, it's like, yeah, but if you start to think that, then you're ignorant. And then the second you turn your back, that's when they're gone. It's like, well, fuck, now I am still a little scared. But my biggest fear is him going out and doing dumb shit and actually getting caught and getting a record from a young age.
right.
You know, because there's a lot of dumb shit fucking with mailboxes we did when we were kids. I remember there's one time we snuck out. It was me, my brother, and another guy. I'm not going to name his name. But we were sneaking out, just dicking around the neighborhood. It was like midnight. And we found somebody was throwing away a toilet. And they had it out at the end of their driveway for trash like the next day. And we're like, hey, let's pick this motherfucker up and smash it in the middle of the road.
Oh Jesus.
That's exactly what we did. And if, a cop would have been nearby or,
How many flat tires you gave? Or...
never flat tires, man. I didn't.
Well, the toilet broken in the
Oh,
middle of the road.
Well, I feel like it was in big enough pieces that people didn't.
Swerved around it.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Or turn around, drove around it.
Why is this big pile of ceramic in the middle of the road? Because we did have two people on it. Like we did like a swing 1, 2, 3, and then threw it up, and probably in our minds it went 50 feet in the air, but it probably went like 3 feet in the air.
Yeah,
And then clunked, and then we ran.
I was around a few times with like the boys, sneaking out at night, going out on the 4-wheelers and stuff, and
Yeah.
going to a cornfield on a semi-major road, and everybody chucking corn cobs at cars while they're driving
Yeah.
by. Just that's dumb as hell.
Dumb as fuck, man.
Just throwing at cars while they're driving down. Like
Yeah.
could have easily caused.
And then all of a sudden
bad
you get
accident.
caught and you're in juvie
Yeah.
for that shit. Like, I know what little boys do because I was one like that.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I'm really afraid of.
I remember laying face down in a cornfield while a cop was shining a spotlight down, yelling. I was like, "I know you're down there," but his ass would not come down there. He's like,
Right.
"I'm not coming down that corn right,
Right.
now." Like, who knows who's down there? What's going on?
There's-
He couldn't see anything down through there.
There's one time, and once again, I'm not going to throw names out, but my cousin, so you can pick one of the few. Me and him, this is when my parents lived on Stone Creek Road, which in our backyard there was a field and then 77, a major highway. And me and him were drinking very shitty vodka.
Shouldn't name those in case something bad happened.
No, nothing bad happened. Like, we weren't fucking with anything or anything.
Yeah.
But we decided, like, let's take this bottle of vodka, climb that fence, go right out in the median of that highway, and take some shots.
Oh,
So
God.
we did. And so then, some truckers probably reported it. And then all of a sudden we start seeing a lot of cop action going up and down. And every time we saw it, like, that's a cop. So we'd, like, lay flat in the median because the grass was still kind of tall.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we see one coming down like a mile away with the spotlight on, zoning for us. And we're like, fucking run. So we run like, straight back up towards the house, take off, running fast as fuck. I forgot there was a fence there. And so like it was like a cattle fence with barbed wire across the top. And basically I just ran right into it. And it was like, you think like a cartoon, like when they hit like Wile E. Coyote hits that rubber band and then smashes him.
Yeah.
Threw me right back down on the ground. Luckily it did, because then as soon as I hit and fell down, I just laid flat. And then that spotlight went right over top of me. It's like, sweet. As soon as it left, then I got back up and I found the fence and climbed over it, and we went back up. And then we're sitting on the back deck watching like 4 fucking squad cars pull up with lights out everywhere, cops getting out, looking around and shit. And like, yeah, that was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have done that.
No.
But like, if we would have got caught, then, you know, that's a juvie record and shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like dumb shit like that. That's what I want to protect my kids from more than,
Oh,
you know, going out and getting abducted or any
do
of that
some dumb
bullshit.
shit. Don't do overly dumb shit like, you know, throwing shit at cars. Not a good idea. Messing with any cars. Not a good idea.
Right.
But like, I don't know. Just harmless fun, I guess. But that's hard. It's hard to justify because it's still probably wrong. But you know.
Yeah, I know some kids that got a record because they blew up a mailbox and got caught
Right.
and dumb shit like that. But, you know.
Well, there's kids that threw a giant boulder off of a bridge and basically, well, I know there's multiple stories of that. Like people
Yeah.
throwing rocks off of bridges at cars and
Oh,
killed
and somebody's
somebody and
fucking
made
dead.
somebody brain dead
Yeah.
and like bad stuff. But yeah.
And that's the thing is like, everything I did, it was dumb, was harmless. And that's the other thing is like, when they say the times have changed, not so much more about, and I know the abduction thing and creepy people, blah, blah, blah. I
Yeah.
feel like that's always kind of been the same. It's to hear about it more. I do believe that now, if your kids get caught out there, the cops are probably going to be a little less forgiving.
Yeah, 100%.
Back in the day, I feel like, hey, you know, because you could kick your kids, whoop their asses. Hey, we found your boy out there doing this shit. What do you want us to do about it? Don't worry, officer. I'll take care of it. You know, and then the dad pulls his belt off, and the officer's like, okay, this kid's going to learn his lesson. Whereas nowadays, the cops bring the kids back. We found your boy out there doing this and that. And that. No, it wasn't him. He's a sweet angel. And like, all right, he's going to fucking jail. You know, you're not going to teach him a lesson, so we have to now.
Yeah.
Fucking give him a record.
Or smaller towns, everybody knew everybody. Like, so and so's boy. Let me just.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, get the hell in the car. I'm
That
gonna
little
take your
rowdy
car.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Just like your dad.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's why we're in this podcast. There we go, off on appeal.
No. Now we're gonna beat him up when he tries to sneak out.
I also do say we kind of changed the angle of how we're sitting, and I like it. It's hiding our guts pretty well.
Looking at my gut.
Mine definitely, because I got a laptop in front of
Yeah.
me, but like still like. When we were doing that side profile thing, there's sometimes I'm like, oh God, man, I need to lose weight. Like, what
Now
the
we're more
fuck?
attractive for our live viewers.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
welcome.
We did this for you, ladies. Speaking of that, dude, I've been off the fucking rocker recently. In the last month, I haven't been working out or eating right, and
Oh,
I've
yeah.
gained 20 fucking pounds, dude.
Shoot it right back on.
yeah. So I've gotten into the zone again this week, and I'm like, I need to fucking. But it's just fall, dude. I think it's like
Yeah.
fucking hibernate. Shut up. Don't work out. Eat a lot, and then
Well, then you're gonna hit the holiday season. It's gonna be Thanksgiving, Christmas, New
another
Year's,
excuse,
bah, bah,
another
bah,
excuse,
bah, bah, bah.
another excuse, and then all of a sudden I'm back up to like 275, 280, which if you go back to like episode 1 through 100, probably you see me at my fattest. like I feel like we've looked at it before. I'm like, God damn, look at that motherfucker. Like,
The evolution. Sometime
Yeah.
we'll just cut one picture out of you and just like
yeah. Because I don't feel like you've changed too much. I know there's sometimes when you get on keto, you've probably lost like 10 to 15.
Yeah, I don't go.
You'll fluctuate maybe 10 to 15 up and down, where I go like 60 pounds up and down.
See, my key is I don't work out or don't do shit. So, but I can get heavier too. I mean, I can definitely get heavier if I. But then a lot of times it's just like I eat maybe once or twice a day for the most part. So
Yeah.
I'm more like a faster have you, but it's more of just I ain't got time for this shit.
Right.
But I can gain more easily. The taking off part, I think, is just as easy sometimes. It's like you can burn that 15-20 pretty fast. I can burn that 15-20, but I can put that 15-20 right back on. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of just at my weight where my body's like, yeah, that's where we at unless you want to do something about it.
Well, and I also do believe if you're, because I mean, most of our diets both are. It's like when we want to lose, we go keto,
Yeah.
and you drop 10 pounds in a week, and that's all fucking bloat. You know, it's all
Yeah,
water
yeah.
weight bloat.
Yeah.
And
Beer.
everybody's like, that's not true weight loss, but like, how is it? I know it is just water weight, but dude, you can like see it in your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like there are times when you're like, I'm back on keto. I've lost 10 pounds. I'm like, yeah, dude, you look a little, you know, you see a little more jawline and shit. You know, like you see it right in your, it's in your face a lot, and then
Yeah.
like the real fat comes out of your belly and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
but hey, man, it sucks.
You know, shit happens.
Yeah,
Well, we just have those bodies, and I think bigger guy bodies where it's just you can fluctuate so fast either way.
yeah, we're just old white dudes. Man.
So you hit a wall either way. Well, I think you can keep getting fatter if you want. And that's pretty easy. You just eat a shitload of shit, but
Yeah.
we won't let ourselves do that. We're like, nah, I want steak and veggies and normal food. But then the getting skinny part is like that's a wall. Like I'm probably right around 210, 215. That's a big old wall right there.
Yeah,
Like, that's a bitch to get by.
yeah. Like the last time I got my slimmest, I hit 199. But it was for a weight loss competition. I did severely dehydrate myself, so it's probably like a walking 210.
Yeah.
But a slim down 199, I broke 2, and then just breaking 2 was so fucking hard.
Yeah.
So hard. And I pushed myself to the limits. I did everything possible to get it, and it fucking sucked. But then once I broke it, I felt good about myself, and I just ate more. Whereas, like if I could have just stuck to the diet and stuck to the regimen for like another 2 months, I could have got to a true walking around at 2, and then I dehydrated to like 180 or 190 probably.
Right.
But then you hit those milestones, you're like, I did really good. I deserve a piece of cake. I deserve this sandwich. I'll just work out harder next day, and then you don't.
I'm gonna eat this burger with a bun this time.
Yeah, and then you feel like shit.
And
So
get
then
the
you
French fries.
yeah, and then you feel like absolute dog shit. So then you don't work out, and you're like, I met my goal, so I'm fine. Once I get up to 215, I'll get back at it. And then you get to 215, like, you know what? Once I get that 220, I'll get back at it. And then you keep making those fucking excuses.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not David Goggins. So
Yeah.
I won't keep making them.
I'm not a goddamn psycho.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep making them. I feel like he's gonna die of a heart attack at like 59 or something. Like,
There are complete polar opposites to that.
right?
I feel like he's done irreparable damage to his body that's really going to show, like, in his 80s and shit.
Yeah,
Whereas, like, our livers are going to be so pickled by 80 that they're just going to be used to it.
yeah. Fuck it, man. Whatever.
Like,
You better drink another one today, or I'm gonna be pissed even worse.
yeah. If we stop drinking, our livers are going to give out.
It's like the only organ in your body that can regenerate. So I mean,
Yeah,
take a little break.
right. That's fine.
Take a little break for a couple days. Yeah, shit. Anyways, what's going on?
Not much, dude.
We kind of just like dove in studio, boom, 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 and
Blasting
somehow
around.
we're here.
We're all over the spectrum.
We got from here to here to here. We're just talking about the new room and kids sneaking out, and then
And now
weight
David
loss.
Goggins is going to die.
And David Goggins is dead at 59. He might already be 59. I don't even know.
How old is David
There's
Goggins?
no way he's 59. Does not look that old.
He's old. He's older than us.
Well, yeah, no, I 100% understand that, but he's got to be, I would say,
49.
48?
49.
Okay, 49.
Fuck, that's only 9 years older than me. But that's so there's a picture there that shows what he looked like before he got fit and shit. He's a big fat dude. No, he's not.
He looks a lot cooler on the left.
Yeah.
He looks meaner actually as the big dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And his cut self. I'm like, a lot less scared.
First
of you.
off, I wouldn't fuck with either of them.
No, but
Secondly, I feel like I could buy drugs off the guy on the left. You know, he
Yeah.
looks got more like gangster and shit. The guy on the right, like oh, cool man, like whatever.
too intense, bro.
Yeah, but yeah. So I was in Puerto Rico this week for the first time ever.
How was that?
Pretty rad. The traffic's bananas.
Yeah.
Like they have very few actual stoplights, and everything else is just a suggestion. Like I put on Facebook for anybody that follows me. If you don't, I posted like driving in Puerto Rico is exactly like imagine you're getting out of a busy concert or a big sporting event, and you're in the parking lot. Like it's just kind of a free for all.
Yeah.
To where like if there's two cars and you're like I'm going, and you just kind of nose first and you hope they back down. That's literally what driving is like fucking everywhere down there. Nobody uses turn signals. You'll be going down a 3-lane highway and traffic will be backed up, and all of a sudden somebody's doing like fucking 60 on the berm, just zoom right by you, and like what the fuck? Like they don't give a fuck.
Lawless.
Yeah. There's even at one point I was at a stoplight and everybody was following that rule, and it was 3 lanes, and it was me on the right lane, and so it was like it wasn't a specific right turn lane, but it was a straight or right lane. Truck beside me, and I couldn't see who was in the third left lane, which is also a straight lane. But the car behind me kept honking at me, like to tell me to go, and I'm like, it's red light. I'm not gonna fucking go. And I was smart enough, like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Piss you off. Don't give a shit. I'm not gonna get a ticket and have to come back down to fucking Puerto Rico on my own dime to pay to go to court or whatever.
Right.
You know? And so then the light turns green and we all start going, and that far left lane on the other side of the truck that I couldn't see was a motorcycle cop that took off. I'm like, God damn, I'm so fucking glad I didn't succumb to peer pressure and like listen to that horn, or else I would have just taken off through the thing, and then he's right fucking there. You know?
He's like beeping because like everybody stopped and it was like a second pause or something. Like
So it was a 4-way,
yeah.
and obviously we had a red light. The opposite side coming at us had the red light, and then the cross lanes had the green. But everybody from the cross lanes had cleared. They still had the green, and nobody was going. And so I think the car behind me is like, nobody's fucking there. Just go.
Just go.
Just fucking go.
That's what I do. He's just like, there's nobody there. Go, dude. Just go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like, nobody's fucking going. Go, you fucking
Did you
prick.
start going and he like fly around you and like zip off or?
No. I started going, and he followed suit. But, like, because I even thought, like, maybe should I inch forward because he wants to turn right? Because that's what I initially thought. I was like, oh, because there's not enough. Because that's the other thing. If you're sitting there and there's, like, enough of a berm, they'll just go on the berm and then take their right
I feel
turn
like
and
when
shit.
you're just immersed in angry, crazy driving like that, you're just
Yeah.
an angry driver then too. Like
Well, yeah, and there's a lot of Latino sass going on down there, too.
yeah.
You know, that's one thing that's really cool about Puerto Rico is a lot of fat Latina asses walking around. It's pretty dope. Like, but no, it was a different experience. Like I was in Caguas, and that's a town more central, and it was neat. And like I was walking through, and it was like 5 in the afternoon, but none of the little like bars and restaurants and shit open till 6. And I knew traffic sucked. I was like 10 kilometers away, but it would take me 45 minutes to get back to my hotel. I was like, well, fuck, I don't want to stay here and deal with traffic. So I ended up leaving. But like, so I didn't hang out in Caguas too much, but I walked around, took some pictures, saw some sights. And then my second day, the lab I was working at, their machine was fucked. All which ways. I was there 12 hours just fixing the fucking thing to get it operational. And by the time I left, and I was going up to San Juan because I wanted to see the beach and shit. I had a hotel right on the beach, and then I'd hit the airport the next day. But I got up there, it was like 7:30, so the sun was already down. So it's like, oh man, I don't even get to see like the fat Latina asses and bikinis on the beach. That's part of the cool, the cool thing of being there. So I missed out on that, but I had some churrasco is fucking awesome. Skirt steak,
Yeah.
they call it churrasco. They serve it with the chimichurri sauce, or
Yeah.
that like it's almost like a pesto. It's not really. I guess you call it a sauce.
It's probably like a chimichurri. I mean,
Chimichurri, yeah.
Yeah. I would assume.
Similar to a pesto, where it's like very herby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like almost more like a pesto. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's fucking phenomenal.
It's a more, I mean, a pesto and chimichurri are really not far off. One's just blended up a lot more.
yeah. Where
Essentially.
chimichurri is a little more coarse chop.
Coarse chop, throw it
Yeah.
in some oil,
Came with these.
toss maybe with some peppers in it or not. It just depends what tradition.
Yeah, I
you're
forget
in.
what herbs are in it and shit, but it was fantastic. Ate that, drank a few beers, and then called it a night on that night. But
Yeah.
it was cool. I need to learn Spanish though.
I was in Puerto Rico on the tourist side. There's like a tourist part where the cruise ship comes up with little fortas and all that stuff.
Would that be San Juan?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, that's where the cruise ships pulls up and like
Okay.
there's the old fort up there and you walk around. There's all the local shops.
Oh yeah, so that's old San Juan.
I was pretty much told though, like, don't walk down that street because there's just people like waiting for the tourists to come down walking that way.
Trying to hustle you, or
Hustle you, maybe rob you, whatever. You know, that's true or not, I don't know. You know, we keep talking about these countries to go to, and I have no idea. But I mean, it was so cool. We had like all the old shops. There's a guy hand rolling cigars on the corner. Got me one of those. I walked around this old fort that was there. Pretty neat.
that's one thing
Gigantic.
that I didn't really partake in because I didn't have time to sit down and smoke a cigar. But there are cigar shops fucking everywhere.
Right.
And little lounges, like there's a little bar there, people sitting outside smoking cigars, people are inside smoking cigars. Even like I noticed it was at 4 a.m. when I left the hotel to hit the airplane out. I stopped and got gas, and they sell single beers at the gas station. And I was sitting there thinking like, oh, in Ohio, I think it's like what 2 to 5. You can't buy beer at a gas, or 1 to 5, I think. But gas stations in Ohio cut you off at 1 a.m.
Oh, I was like, what the hell?
and then they start serving beer again at like 5 or 6, where you can get to-go beers at bars till closing time.
Right.
But down there it was like 4 a.m, and I saw they had the Lucy's. I got an energy drink, and I stood in line and paid for my gas. But there's a guy in front of me that had a single Miller Lite, and they sold it to him at 4 a.m. Like, dude, this is sick. Like, you just buy beer around the clock down here? That's dope.
I don't know, but some of that's preference in Ohio, but
Well, and I know it differs state to state.
yeah.
Because even I think like one of the Carolinas, I don't know if it's still true anymore, but it used to be you could have one open container in your car as long as you're not drunk. So you could go to the gas station, you get off work, go to the gas station, buy a single, and then drink it on your way home. And that's totally fine because you know you're not going to be drunk after one beer.
Right.
So you can have a to go beer, like on the way home, one beer.
Right.
But when obviously you have like 2 or 3, or you pass the limit, then you're fucked. Or if they pull you over and you got like 6 empties.
I mean, you always see that video, TikTok or whatever. It's like the people are are getting like questioned about. They're passing this law that you can't have open containers in your cars anymore.
Yeah.
And there's a
The
lady
old
like,
videos.
lady's like, I just don't like it. They're just taking our rights. And one guy's like, I don't know what this is. We can't get done with the hard day's work and go to the gas station, get a couple beers, and drink them on the way home.
Have a beer on the way home. And then I think even the one chick's like, next thing you know, they're going to make us wear seatbelts. It's like, oh, shit, she called it.
Got him.
Oh, God.
Slowly
the
taking-
good old days.
Slowly taking our rights away.
Yeah.
One beer and seatbelt at a time.
Yeah.
Should be drinking and driving and not wearing your seatbelt now.
Right, yeah. God forbid, man. Big government just not letting us have any fun.
They're coming for us.
So what was your week like? You do anything cool?
What the hell was this week? I don't know. Well, last weekend we pulled my boat finally.
Yep.
That turned into a day and a half.
It wasn't too bad, though.
No, we got the dock moved. Got the boats out, so that's all done. You left, and some more people came over, and then my wife went to a local bar. We have a guy we know. His wife unfortunately passed away not too long ago, so everybody was kind of having a little last thing out.
Like,
Out
hey
on-
man,
out
sorry
on
about your
Boaters-
luck.
Out
type
of Boaters
shit.
Beach for us, a little memorial thing. Hey, as my wife's there, and everybody's like, "Hey, where's Cody?" And she's like, "Oh, he's watching back the kids. He's probably putting them to bed. He's got a couple buddies over. We're gonna start a fire. If anyone wants to stop over, you're more than welcome." Oh yeah, they all came.
Oh yeah, turned into a party, huh?
I think I had 25 people in my backyard
No shit.
out of nowhere. I don't even know what happened.
That's cool.
It was a good time though. It was a good time.
That's good.
There's had a big old fire going. I just kept throwing more wood. More people showed up. More wood I threw on there. It's a nice big bonfire and just people just showing up. So it was fun. It was fun.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, not much of an eventful weekend or week. So
Yeah.
just going through the day in, day out,
Same old.
which
same
is fine. Got a weekend home. The last few weeks before that, like we talked about, we only did one episode or one or two episodes in like 4 weeks or whatever. Two
Right.
episodes, I think, in 4 weeks.
Old. Right.
So it was
It's
just
been busy.
crazy, chaotic, and we'll probably experience a little bit more than that because you got to tuck away for a little bit too. So
Yeah. Yeah, I
it's okay.
got a trip coming up for the weekend that I'm gonna be indisposed on.
Yeah,
But hey man.
but yeah, no. So
Until we start making money doing this, we're gonna have to make money doing something else. So
but yeah, not a crazy week by any means. Kids started preschool, which is weird.
I saw a post about that.
Yeah, it's like a aid thing. I shouldn't call it preschool. It's like the teachers take them in, get them acclimated, get them
Almost like a learning daycare.
help them with their speech, help them with stuff. They're trying to spend a couple hours with them
Yeah.
once a week to, just give them a little advancement. So,
Right. Get them acclimated to more or less like, hey, here's strangers that you have to listen to type thing, know?
Yeah. Like,
So they're not so freaked out of like, why the fuck am I in this room with all these colors and people telling me what to do?
yeah. Like I have twins, so they're gonna be behind on their speech, on their learning, on some things until they catch up. It's just how it goes.
Right.
They're catching up quick.
Which I'm sorry, how old are they now?
3.
Oh, dude, they're fine.
So they should be talking a lot more.
Oh, they're fine.
But
They're all of a sudden gonna fucking snap and break out, and you're like, where the fuck did that sentence come from?
it's already starting to happen, especially with my daughter. So, I'm not too worried about it. It's just, it's one of those things where it's like, well, it's free. The state pays for it.
Oh, fine, perfect.
As long as you do it before your kid's 3. And the teachers, they're really nice, and they like my kids. So,
Yeah,
sure.
fucking sign it up.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't think it's like one of those things where it's like, hopefully the teachers get extra money for it or whatever it is, but that's their job. So they don't mind.
yeah,
They
and they're
don't
like
mind.
paid through the state and shit.
It's like that extra teacher you always saw roaming the hallway. You're like, what is she even doing in this school?
Right,
And she's probably there like taking these young kids on and like
right.
doing development with them and stuff like that. So
Which God bless those people's hearts because
Yeah.
I could not do that at all.
Mm.
And not to sound like a very weird, crass asshole, but sometimes I just I don't give a fuck about anybody else's kids. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people close to me, like I give a fuck about your kids. I give a fuck about my nieces and nephews and shit.
yeah.
But like a stranger's kid, I don't give a fuck about that kid.
And that, thankfully my kids are pretty good
Yeah.
kids, I think. They have some tantrums, they have some whatever, like every kid does. But they're not like just an evil little bastard.
Right, yeah.
Yet. We don't know how they're going to turn out.
They're
But
not sitting there just like, your kid just kept bashing this kid in the face with.
yeah, do you wrestle a lot with them or something?
No, not ever.
Because he just keeps tackling people and putting them in chokeholds, and I don't know what that's about. But yeah, no. So that's what's going on. Other than that, it's just working.
Well, I think it's one of those things too. Like you can kind of tell at an early age if they're going to be an asshole or not.
Yeah.
Which I always kind of thought that my oldest would be kind of a dick. like he'll get in his standoffish to kind of dickish modes. But like when I got home today, I was talking to him like, how was school? And he's like, oh, we got to go to Tuscarora Park and they had the something ice truck come through, and so we were able to buy ices, and there was this kid had a drink, and we were just kind of hitting a volleyball around, and I hit it and it bounced off of me and it smashed his drink, and it's like, so I gave him $10. I'm like, that's really fucking nice of you, but you probably overpaid for that slushy, dude. like he's like, well, it's all I had. I'm like, it's really fucking nice. Like, so it's like little moments like that. It's like, all right, maybe you're not like an asshole. Like, you're a really good kid. I'm raising you pretty
Maybe it was
well.
a giant dude that slushy in it. It's like, what you gonna do about that?
Maybe it was a cute girl or something, you know?
Or cute boy? Yeah, you know.
Maybe it was a cute boy. Nah, that kid is 100% straight.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I'm just kidding.
you know, if he wasn't, I'd still be cool with it. You know, I'm not prejudiced in that area at all. If anything, I think it'd probably be cool if he was gay, because then I'd have like another son. You know what I mean? Like,
All right. Anyways,
yeah.
well, speaking of, we talked a little bit about
Speaking of gay stuff, no wait, what?
sports. Hold Deshaun Watson,
Yep,
Gonzi. Well, not Gonzi. He's hurt.
he's out for the season.
Oh yeah, he's definitely out for the season. They're not. There's no way they bring him back
His trade,
again.
his demise was inevitable. This actually just seals the deal. I don't like. I mean, I won't. When it happened, because I was still moving kids' shit around and stuff.
Yeah.
I kept tuning in the game a little bit, and I saw it happen, and I was like, oh, that's still probably the best thing that happened to Cleveland football, but that sucks. And then you hear like all the crowds cheering in the stands and shit. Like, let's
They
not
were
be
booing. They were cheering.
let's not be those guys. Come on, Cleveland. We're a little bit better than that, but we're a passionate, fan
Yeah,
base.
I mean, I guess, I get it, and I know that, like, a lot of the players came to his defense stuff, but the fact is, it's like, you're not the guy that they thought you were going to be, and then you've also, it's been 3 seasons now, right? 2, 3. 2. Well, anyways.
This is his 3rd season.
Yeah, and he's played like 10 games.
Because
He's been injured the entire time
his
as well.
his first season.
So he's made out of paper mache.
His first season, he started half of it because he was still on his suspension.
Yeah.
His second season, he started off and then got injured.
Yeah.
And then this is his 3rd season where he started off and got injured.
No, he's injured again. See what happens.
Dude, if I was him, I'd just be like, I haven't healed yet. And you collect your $245 guaranteed fucking $1 million and ride off into the sunset.
Well, I wish there could be like some kind of settlement contract with it, but the Browns are going to have to pay him off, and then it's done.
For sure.
It's done. But whatever, and then Browns build a new stadium.
Even after the last game, I heard that they were, after they traded Amari Cooper, their whole, I've heard, which I haven't heard it from reputable sources. I heard it from guys at work that heard it on something. Like, yeah, nope, they got rid of Amari Cooper. They got some trades for it. They're taking a QB next year. We're in a rebuilding year again. I was like, and I didn't hear it but I wasn't watching a lot of ESPN or anything.
Well, we're on complete tear down rebuild now.
Yeah.
After that, I mean, we're already 1-6.
Especially after he got hurt.
1-5, 1-6, right? Yeah. So it's tear down rebuild. Mark Cooper's gone. I wouldn't be surprised if Myles Garrett got traded away.
Please, God, no.
I know it would suck to lose him,
I
but
love Myles Garrett.
Myles will have a time card just like any player. He's getting older. He's a
Yeah, you're
defensive
not wrong.
guy.
He's
He's
been-
starting to get hurt.
He's been out there beating the shit out of himself for a while
And you can
now.
say, no, keep him on the Browns. But would you rather have him be like, hey, you know what, Myles? You go ahead, get your ass over to Detroit or Kansas City or
In your prime, get
or
paid.
somebody that's got a chance to
Yeah.
win
You're in your
a
prime.
championship game.
You're in your prime. Get paid. Get a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And retire. So
I'd like to see that for him because the Browns aren't going to do that for him.
I mean, would I love Myles Garrett to stay with Brown, retire
Yes,
Browns,
exactly.
and be a Hall of Famer because he will be? 100%.
I mean, Joe Thomas did it, right?
Yeah, a lot of people have done it.
But
But
he didn't need a ring.
and if he gets traded away, I completely understand it. It's like
Yeah.
if he gets traded, and hopefully if he gets traded, it better be for some top dollar high picks.
Right.
I mean, it's not dollars; you get picks or whatever. It better be for like at least a second rounder.
Right.
At least.
Very high.
But it will be one of those things. And does he want to stick around for another rebuild? Can he do that? That's all the questions that comes up. But
And that's the thing. Like, I know you said it earlier in the season. You're like, it's hard to be a good defense when we're on the field for 45 minutes at a time. Like, really? Is it that? Like, no, I just pulled a number out of math, but they're out there all the fucking time. It's like, so would he rather go to a good team with a strong offense where the defense just has to go out and make some fucking plays, a third of the game?
Yeah.
Instead of making plays 2/3 of the game?
that's why everybody's like, "Oh, defense has really been slouched this year." I'm like, that's because they gotta be
They're
on the
out there all the fucking
field.
time.
I mean, the time of possession. There's been a couple games where we've had better time of possession than the opponents, but not many. I don't think
It's hard to
this
be a
year.
good offense when you have a shitty defense, and it's hard to be a good defense when you have a shitty offense. You got to kind of split the bill,
Yeah. Offense is, I feel like, a little bit easier than defense because you're like literally like trying to run at them and sprinting up another. Hey, it goes both ways, I guess. There's no.
I
there's
feel
no
like to
give
have
or
a good defense is harder.
Yeah, well, 100%.
Because almost like you said, a good offense is, it's easy to have a good offense. Like you have fast people, you get some good plays and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's real. I don't know. I don't play
You
football
can
at a pro
hand it.
fucking
You can
level.
hand a guy smash it in the middle of a defensive people.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I think it goes both ways. It's still both tough, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, yeah. So that we'll see what happens with the Browns. Got a new stadium coming in 4 years, probably. So
Yeah.
I know that's
That
getting
actually went
fought.
through.
it's getting fought tooth and nail by
I
the people of Cleveland
I
and
think it's 100% now.
the
isn't it?
mayor or something too. I don't know,
Yeah.
but the mayor said he's not done with it. But I don't think it's up to him.
Well, that's so direct source from my mom. She said like whenever
From my mommy.
yeah, my mom says
My mom says.
my mom said, and she's never fucking wrong.
Yeah. Alligators so mad because
Yeah.
they don't have no
Your mama's
toothbrush in them
wrong.
teeth.
Your
There's so
mama's
many
wrong.
teeth.
No, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong. But no, my mom said apparently back in the day, whenever they sold the team to Baltimore,
Yeah.
when we got a team back, there was some kind of law or some kind of contract signed where you can't move the team out of Cleveland, which technically, I think, what is Brook Park is still kind of a Cleveland suburb
I think
ish.
so, yeah.
It's or like a what do you call it, a borough?
It's still Cleveland, yeah. It's
Like
a borough.
you know,
Cleveland or
like yeah, New York. There's 5 boroughs or whatever. Like
something. Yeah.
you're in Queens, but it's still New York. Like whenever I lived in Parma, it was still Cleveland.
If you can, I mean, sorry, downtown businesses, because I know that's like a lot of your bread and butter, but you still
Yeah.
got the Gardos, and you still got the Cavs, and you still
Yeah.
got everything else, whatever else they do with the stadium. Who knows, you
Right.
know? And just people want to be in downtown Cleveland,
Right.
but I'm sure the Browns is still good.
I'm sure there's
It's a
gonna
good
be,
pop for them, every Sunday.
There's probably still going to be an influx of people going to Brook Park, hitting a Browns game, catching Ubers and taxis, hitting people up to go to Jack Casino and shit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because they're like, what the fuck is there to do after the game in fucking Brook Park?
Well, and the old tailgate spot, and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But they built this huge complex with a, dome and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Improve the in and outs of it, of getting in and out of there. 'Cause
Which-
the traffic is
The city of Cleveland still
Sucks.
told them they'd build them a dome in Cleveland still.
yeah.
But I don't know. It's one thing I told my mom too. It'd be different if which I almost feel bad. I didn't think about this till after I said it. I was like, oh shit! Like, did I make mom feel bad about this? But I was like, it'd be different if like, we went to games all the time and like that's where I grew up and like downtown Cleveland was the Browns. Like, I've only been to that stadium fucking once. I have
there
no
with you?
ties to it. Yeah, yeah, you were there with me. That's the
Yeah.
only time I've ever been to that fucking stadium. I got no fucking ties to it. Put it in Brook Park where it's easier for me to get to. It's closer to me, if anything. Like, I'm cool with this. Like,
I've been a couple
there's no
times, but
sentimental
Yeah.
value to me at all.
I've been a couple times, but that is like you're either like a season ticket holder or you live downtown and you're buying tickets on the
Yeah.
cheap or whatever.
Yeah.
You like live close enough where you're catching a cab or you're driving over real close and
Right.
But for us it's
Catching the RTA, whatever.
it's a decent drive, so it's like if you want to really go enjoy a game, then you're either staying up there or you got to have somebody driving or
It's
whatever.
going to be
it is.
easier for me to get to Brook Park.
Yeah.
That cuts like 20 minutes off our commute at least, right?
I don't know. I think so, but other people were like, no, it's like the same. I mean, it's Cleveland Airport basically. So it is kind of like the same, give or take, but it's a better drive. That's all that matters to me. Driving downtown Cleveland is not fun. It's just like driving downtown anywhere, but either way, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it happens with the team and all that, but I just wanted to bring that up quick.
Oh, that is the airport.
Yeah, it's right on the airport.
Huh.
Yep.
That's an hour and a half.
That's where my work is.
I know 100% that's an hour and a half from my house. So let's go.
Well, let's not worry about that. Nobody cares about that. Let's just
Well, no,
move on.
I'm just.
I know. We can
curious.
look at it later. I don't think most of our 7 listeners give a shit where it's at, Steve.
Googling
Or
it
they
right now.
already know.
Because if I'm going to talk shit and be like, oh, it's close to me, I'm happy about it. I want to know. I'm going to fact check myself. Same. It's literally fucking same.
Yeah, it's just taking different
Okay.
roads. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Same.
All right. I'm glad we figured it out, though. You don't tell me what the.
I already told you it was the same, but you didn't listen to me.
You said that somebody told you it's like the same, and you're like, I don't know. It seems. Sorry.
I said it's better roads.
I had to fact check this.
Better roads. It's better roads.
We need fact checkers here, man.
Yeah, if we just had somebody sitting in a chair over there, fact checking us, flicking us off.
Hey, Mr. Producer Man, what's up?
Yeah. Anybody
Oh, thanks, buddy.
looking for a job? We pay in
Nothing.
beer. That's it.
Yeah, we'll buy you beers, dude.
You can be a back laughter
You can
for us.
you can borrow my laptop. We're not gonna get you one.
Come up with good ideas for us, but you got to be available every Friday at random times.
That's actually I wanted to bring that up too because I'm excited about this. Like we were talking off camera before, the new room setup, and I want to get a fucking Stream Deck, and like, so the reason I'm bringing this up, like, do you ever get hyper focused on something and you put a lot of energy into it and you look into it and you figure it out, and then once you get there, and then you're like, all right, I'm still interested. It's cool, like as a hobby and stuff, but like I'm not as gung ho as I was.
Yeah.
And then you find other things about it that gives you a new spark.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like this podcast right now. Like, but when we first started it, I was constantly like, what cameras do we need? What setup? Audio? How do I edit? What do I do and stuff? And then it turned into like I just kept doing the same thing over and over and over again for editing out and doing the stuff. And now it's like we can make it better. You know what I mean? Like I started looking into shit.
Technology's advancing and things are getting different.
Yeah,
and,
it's like, oh man, that seems cool. Well, how do I do that? Oh, that seems cool. So I'm like, I'm kind of getting
Yeah.
right back into that upward curve again. We're like, oh man, what can I do next? It's cool and different and shit. So like,
Well, that's what's also good is we've bought, now we're years into this that all our stuff, the better microphones are now cheaper.
yeah.
The better headsets are not
Yeah.
cheaper. The better sound, but everything's going down in price.
And I
so.
see on TikTok these badass fucking mic stands that are like $30 that are way cooler than this. Like, dude, we can get a couple of those.
Yeah, we can afford that.
Get a couple Shure microphones. Like those are only like $100. We get a couple of those.
It's like you know, you always jump into a hobby and then you know get very excited about it, like I said, and you get one first and then it's like, but then you go back in the closet and you're like, oh, that was so fun. Well, let me
Yeah.
try that again, and then you're like, oh, look at all this new shit for it. Oh, this is cool.
It's also too like with like some other hobbies, like I don't know, thinking like model airplanes or shit like that. It's like you get in, you get started, and you know there's better shit out there, but you don't really upgrade it till it breaks. But we've had the benefit of getting in, get it started, and we haven't upgraded anything till it breaks because none of the shit is broken.
Yeah.
You know. But now it's like, oh, the better shit, even the starting line of shit now is better than what we got. So it wouldn't actually take that much money to upgrade. It's not like our shit is broken, but we could do a little bit better for not that much money, you know?
You know what? It always like a good example of this is Mario Brothers on NES OG.
Okay, yeah.
Probably even I'd say Mario Brothers 2. You know, where it really came into life.
Where the Dream World one was?
Yeah, like, you know, you had Mario and Luigi. You could play 2 players, but you had to switch on and off.
Yeah. And that's the one where you had to like jump on, the thing was spitting out the egg and you had to jump on
Yeah,
it.
you know,
Or pull the turnips.
all the different levels.
That
all
was like the
different
weirdest
things.
one. Or no, it was 2.
No, 2 was like the
3 was the weird one, right?
yeah. 3 was the weird one. 2 was like the biggest one, right? Like
And that's when you're on the map and then you go into like the sand world and shit.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All the
3 was
different-
the weird one where you're pulling turnips and throwing them and
yeah.
okay, yeah.
2 was like the biggest one, where you like get the whistles and you could kind of like do all that stuff, and
yeah.
figure all those things out. But it was kind of like that, like you're playing your normal video games and you're like, yeah, I don't want to play that. But if you would go back and like, just like it would turn on and you had a controller in your hand, you would sit there for hours and just play that shit out of it because
Right.
you're like, no, I'm smarter.
yeah.
Now I'm better at this. It's only 2 buttons.
Right.
Shit.
It's bananas,
I
dude.
got this now.
I don't have to worry about 18.
Yeah, but it's just like that coming back to things, and when you learn more and you get older, you're like, oh, now I got this,
Right.
and I probably still don't have it, but
No.
still can't jump all those damn bullets or whatever.
God, the hardest thing in Mario ever is when you had to make like a 3-space jump and land on a 1-space block
Yeah,
and then jump to another 1-space block. Just like bing, bing, bing. And
just
you
give
had
me a
to
joystick.
you had to sit there and hold the sprint button down so you could jump far enough and then like bam, bam, bam. The perfect timing is bananas.
So people like have some kind of game editor or whatever with like the
Yeah,
Mario,
they,
and
Mario
make,
level editors
they
and
make
shit.
insane like speed run crazy
That
things.
there's
in
no
there
way
that's
that you
like,
could ever do it, but they know exactly.
Yeah,
How to
they
time
just
it
keep
out.
doing it. Try to they get further and further and further until they can figure out this whole like crazy thing. Like the people don't make it impossible to beat. They like somehow figure out. I don't even know how the people design it, but it's insane.
It's bananas.
Yeah, but you have to time everything perfectly and run, jump, whatever. But well, yeah, that's comparable to like old hobbies and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you pick up an old hobby. Like one day, I still have a tote full of paintball guns and.
Oh
all
shit,
that
me
stuff.
too.
Like, kids gonna be like, "Dad, you ever play paintball? Let's go, you son of a bitch!" I still sucked at it back then. I'm not gonna be any better. Now. I'm
That's
an old man.
That's my oldest wanted to get in the airsoft, and he's got an airsoft sniper rifle, and he wanted to go to like this airsoft thing on the weekend. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I got a lot going on. And blah blah. Maybe we'll try. And by the end of the day, he's like, it still goes to 4. And it was like 3:30. Like, it's too late. We'll try it again. I'm like, if anything, maybe, have you ever thought about paintball? Like, I already have the stuff.
Right.
You know, like, if we went and did airsoft, I'd have to rent a gun or, like, buy a gun or do whatever to go do it with you. But, like we got 2
I mean,
pretty decent, you know.
isn't airsoft just like kind of like a cheaper version of paintball, essentially?
Essentially, yeah, you have to be very trusting to play airsoft because in paintball, it's like you got fucking hit. I see it right there. That's my color.
Right.
Whereas in airsoft, you have to be like, I got hit.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of videos of dudes playing airsoft, especially snipers, which are fucking funny as fuck.
Yeah, I've seen some of those where they just hitting a
they
dude in the
fucking
face.
or laser him right in the dick too. And then you'll see And I think it's like you'll see him hit him in the arm, and the guy doesn't call a hit. So then all of a sudden he's like, "Dick," doesn't call a hit, "Dick," and you see him like grabbing his crotch, and he's like, "Still not calling a hit, dick, 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 dick." It's like, okay, here's one in the ear, dick, like until finally it's like, I got hit. Like, yeah, man, you fucking cheater.
Yeah, you knew 1,000 times.
Like, but with paintball, it's like you got fucking hit.
Yeah, it's easy to see.
But then again, if you're sniping with a paintball,
Good luck.
yeah, and you don't want to call it out like, "Hey, man, I see you got hit." So I guess you just keep fucking dotting them up till it hurts so much.
Paintballs, I don't flow like fly as good as the airsoft. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Airsoft flies a little more true.
I would think so.
Um,
Paintball's weird. It's got liquid in it. It's
Yeah.
got like projectile. I don't know how.
But I feel like paintballs probably hurt more.
That's what I was wondering too about the pain of it, because paintballs can hurt, man.
I know if you get hit in the skin with an airsoft at close distance, it fucking hurts. It leaves a little welt. But at the same distance with a paintball, it's gonna
leaves a
hurt
big
worse
old welt.
because it's more surface area. You know,
It stings like
it's
hell.
got. I guess like in the gun world, you'd say that round's got stopping power.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you got a little bit of clothes and it catches your shirt just right, you know, that's an airsoft hitting you. But if it hits you there, you know, it feels a little sting. But like if it just catches like your pants,
Yeah.
you barely feel an airsoft through like your jeans, but you feel a fucking paintball through your
Oh, I
jeans.
had plenty of bruises and,
yeah.
and little red marks all over my body from paintball.
I forget where it was. My father-in-law. I was like, when we were playing in the backfield of the Mineral City Zor house, I stuck my head up somewhere, and he saw me and shot at me, but it hit me right in the
Yeah, I
fucking
remember
Adam's
that.
apple, dude. Worst thing. Like, and then I felt like I was choking because it swelled up.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Stop shooting me.
you know,
yeah.
those fucking suck, dude.
Yeah.
But we had all the gear, dude.
Yeah, we did. We even had the whole tank ready to refill our own tank.
Yeah, you got the big old CO2 tank. I remember I had the cool pack that had the tubes of the refills, and then my tank would sit on the back,
Yeah.
and they had the remote hose for it and shit. We had the dual triggers, or I know at least I did. I don't know if you ever bought a dual trigger for you. I know you bought a big barrel for yours.
Yeah, the long
So
barrel.
yours got pretty fucking accurate.
I had a long barrel on it. I did, but we had just semi-auto guns. We never bought. And then her one buddy comes over, like, "Yeah, I'm into paintball," and he's got an automatic gun.
Yeah, that was a Tippmann A5.
just
Because we had Tippmann 98s, and his was an A5. I think that was the model A5.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. It was just. He had an electronic trigger on it.
Like, how much paintballs? I ain't got that money.
I think the other cool thing that we had is like, because our mask was always fog, so we ended up finding they made these little fans that would sit in the visor
Right.
that would blow air through to act as like a defroster for your masks and shit. And then we'd always sit there and like rub them down with a shaving cream because that helped with the fog and
Yeah,
stuff.
because it was fine until you started. The moment you started, it was like,
Once you start running,
because
you
you're
can't-
about to hunt a man.
yeah, you can't see
Your heart
shit.
just start going.
And then it's funny because we were so big in like Call of Duty and shit. I remember being like, contact, 12 o'clock, go.
I'm
Lay
gonna,
down
go,
suppressing fire.
I'm gonna go out here and flank around. You guys come up to the middle here.
We act like we know what the fuck we're talking about. It's so funny. I wish we would have had like cameras on us back then and be like, oh, look at us. We were so cute. Thinking we knew what we were doing. But it was fucking fun, dude.
It was fun. It was fun just playing in the back little field. No
we haven't
rafts, no rolls, really. I mean, we put a few rolls down.
Yeah, we tied up a couple spotlights to the trees too, and then we'd have a couple pallets, like because there was one main lane, so we put up a couple pallets and shit. So we did like capture the flag through that, but you can still kind of flank around through the weeds and the tall grass and stuff.
Yeah. It's some 4-wheeler pass basically, and then just deep, thick grass so people
Super
go.
fucking fun.
And then I'm just gonna drop all my gear and I'm gonna run as fast as I can, grab the flag and run right back. I'm like, I ran back and we're like, yeah, we won. I'm like, that's kind of dumb. We won, But I didn't win because now I'm out of breath.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't get to shoot a gun or do anything. And it was like not cool. It was just like, yeah, we won because I
Yeah.
ran at it. And that was it. It was like, oh, yay. Now we all got to reset again.
That's Sarah's family used to do it at her cousin's house, and there was one time I was on her cousin's team, and he's like a lawyer and shit, and he's like, my whole job is to learn how to bend the rules. So here's what we're gonna do. He's like, who do you think's the fastest on our team right now? And I'm like, I can sprint. It's like, what I want you to do, because the flags were glow sticks.
Gotcha.
You know, like a big glow necklace.
Yeah.
It's like, what I want you to do is drop all your gear. Give us like 15 minutes. Everybody gets established and everything. You kind of hang back about 10 feet, from behind. Like, still keep an eye out in case somebody comes. But all of a sudden, in about 10 minutes, drop your gear. He's like, I'll give you a signal or something. You'll hear me like rapid fire all of a sudden. I forget what it was, but there was a signal. He's like, you grab our flag and run it up to their post. So they think they're winning. He's like, when you get about 30 yards out, drop it, and then go grab their flag and haul the fuck ass back. And it fucking worked, dude, because I was running up with their flag, and they started laying down a whole bunch, like a whole bunch of suppressing fire trying to protect me. And then I drop it, and I hear them go, he's down, he's down. They're down, they're down. We need to figure out how to get it. And like nobody was really paying attention to me. They were all looking at the flag, and I ran up and grabbed theirs and it just took off. And then it was like a barrage of fire. And I hear them like like on the ground and shit. And they're like, you guys cheated. And like, we never said you couldn't do that. So like, but that was like
Bend the rules.
such
Hey,
a
we brought it right
baller-ass-
next to you guys.
Yeah, we put it real. You guys could have got there faster with that one than it took me to run all the way down like 150 yards,
Yeah,
man.
once you seen that one sprint, you should have just grabbed it. And
Yeah,
Put it on.
instead of worrying so much about shooting me, you should have picked that up and got it there before I got back.
Yeah.
That's such a fucking baller move, dude. It's so funny. Like, it's so dumb how something like that can get you so fucking kicked full of adrenaline, though, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, my heart was probably
Shooting-
way over
shooting fake
fucking
bullets at each other.
Yeah. It's
Right.
like, this is my chance. This is my chance. So dumb, but like,
Oh, yeah.
I was fucking amped, dude.
Just, I mean, like I said, even when we did it back in that field, like said it would be during the day or whatever too, and like everything's fine, and that's why I had to get the fan in there, had to get all that stuff
Yeah.
because as soon as it'd be like, all right, it would be like, I forget how we even announced the game to go off. I think it was ready or something like
Yeah.
blah blah blah, or like we had air. I don't remember what we did.
I think it was like we get kind
a
of
couple
staged
shots
up.
or something, but yeah.
Yeah, you guys are gonna stage up over on these pines. You guys stage up over on that side of the woods. And about 5, and then all of a sudden you hear ready, like give us a second, and then we like kind of like, what's your plan of attack?
Yeah.
You guys go up here and blah blah blah. We're ready, and like not yet. Give us a fucking second. Like, all right, yeah, you're gonna go flank and blah 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 blah. All right, ready, go, and then
That was probably really fun. Until you had the one hardcore. Remember, we had the one hardcore buddy came over in like a ghillie suit.
yeah.
And then, like, we killed the rest of his team, and there's like 3 of us walking around looking for him. And he's literally just like laying in the bushes, not moving. It's
Right.
like, all right, dude, we can't find you. Cool.
Try
What-
something.
What do you like?
Yeah,
Are you, like, you expect all 3 of us to just walk up and like you shoot us? Like, all right,
yeah.
are you taking a nap right now? Like, what is that?
Which kind of speaking to that point, the opposite was our dude with the fully auto. It's like all of a sudden you hear, like, oh, he's over there.
Yeah.
Like, let's go get that motherfucker because he's got the firepower. Like,
But he's smart enough. The one time, I remember he held it upside down so no balls would shoot out, and he's brr, 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 like just shooting it up in the air. So like it was kind of like a distraction, like he was shooting at somebody. It was kind of funny too, but
I remember.
good times.
I remember he had this girlfriend at the time. Surprised she broke up with him because she was like, because we'd like drink afterwards and shit. We were
Yeah.
partying. She was sleeping on the couch in the living room. He's like, watch this. And he like made sure his weapon was unloaded and stuff and just like stood over her on the couch. Just went, and she's like, what the fuck? Just freaked the fuck out of her. That was hilarious.
To a damn good time, right?
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
All right.
Speaking of which, it's probably been about enough.
Yeah, I was about to say, buddy. I just had one question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Did you have yourself a damn good time?
I did. Did you have yourself a damn good time?
I had a damn good time.
I got nothing. Let's cheers with. I'll
Let's
cheers
cheers
with
with
water.
this. I'm cheers with an empty. It's fine.
Make sure you guys click like and subscribe. Do all the stuff. We'll see you next week. I love you guys. I love you, Cody.
Love you too. Sorry about the rants.
yeah.
That's all right.
Well, that's what you tune in for. That's all we do is fucking rant. So, love you guys.